Okay, I'm back live. That's the link for anybody who want to come up. It took me a minute to figure this out, but now we on the YSL trial Young Thug update. Listen, everybody got motions filed from the prosecution to the defense. It's so many motions flying around out there. The new judge has been set in place. She don't play. She don't play. And it's more, but honey, the judge got in the prosecution ass today. And it should be a mistrial. It really should be a mistrial. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Now I had to figure out how to do this, but nobody's in here now. But the link is in there if you want to come up. And then I got to figure out how to unmute you. So shoot, I'm just learning as well. Um, so it should be a mistrial. It really should. I don't see how this new judge is even going to be able to catch up, even on the motions. I mean, she doing the best she can with what she got, but she is trying to get this. This is the longest trial in Georgia history. It took them 7 months to get the jury together. We on day like 102, and she trying to get this wrapped up. And the prosecution of had 200 witnesses. They narrowed it down to 105, but the judge let them know today that she will, she wants another list on exactly what's going, because any duplication, she's going to, she got the right to scrub the list. So that part. But I want to play this real quick where she got into the prosecution behind, and it should be a mistrial. It really should. The prosecution sucks. They did a piss poor job. They really did. And everybody knows, even the defense lawyers all told them that if this is appealed, it's going to be thrown out anyway. And they requesting bonds now for the requesting bonds. She didn't give any bonds yet, but she should. I think she should. They're going to come back to court, but it should be a mistrial. Y'all might throw this out and do it all over. But I'm gonna play this part because the prosecution is used to getting their way under the recused Judge Glanville, but this one not playing.
Young Thug trial case, Judge Whitaker reprimanding Fannie Willis, Chief Deputy. This, I'm up to your tricks. No more pussyfooting around. I need you to take this seriously. The trial sort of resumed today. The judge went over a bunch of motions. You guys, if you've been paying attention, I covered some of those motions. She denied pretty much all of them, except for one, including she denied the motion for from the state, Fannie Willis's district attorney's office, denying the defense from speaking extrajudicially to media and interviews, et cetera, but media personalities like me. And she denied that. The only motion that she did not deny was the mistrial filed by one of the defendants. She said she needs a little bit more time to go through that. Obviously, the jury cannot just remove or disregard all of Little Woody, aka Kenneth Copeland's testimony. She's asking for that to happen, for the case to move forward, and the defense, rightly so, is saying that's impossible. It's just not going to happen. And so that's still being worked out. So this still could end up being a mistrial, but I don't think it will. I think trial will resume. The jury will be called back in, and we're going to see more testimony from Little Woody. And this thing is just, I don't know when it's going to end. It's just not. But today, what I want to share with you is how real professionals who take their craft seriously, who are actually qualified and not a bunch of DEI hires like the entire Fannie Willis District Attorney's Office. I want you to see how this new judge spanked Miss Love's butt in court today when she tried to maneuver and be slick willy and slimy and sneaky and serpentine like she was with Judge Suge Knight Glanville. Take a look at some of these clips.
Can y'all explain to me how?
I got the link. I know how to do it now. I just forgot. The link is in the chat if you want to come up. I figured that out. Then I got to figure out how to unmute you. Shit. I can't remember. But check out this clip.
You are dealing with a large volume of what ought to be motions in limine while in the midst of trial.
Nobody has an answer. Certainly not the prosecutor.
And still being in any way efficient with the jury's time, you're not, essentially. Okay. All right.
Welcome to Fulton County, Fannie Willis.
That's just not practical. I mean, we're going to change that going forward. And I'm not going to say I need you to know everything tomorrow because I know it's a voluminous case. But y'all been putting this case together for 2 years. And you ought to know, I mean, you clearly know.
You can hit the link if you want to come up.
Using, and you've given me.
Look at the looks on Hilton right next to my picture here. Miss Love, who is the Chief Deputy District Attorney, sitting
she is awful.
Right in the red, and then the blue, Miss Hilton. Their faces are completely befuddled. Like, what? We've been working on this case for 2 years? We're supposed to be prepared? Wait a minute, you're actually going to hold us accountable?
Absolutely.
Make this an efficient courtroom that actually follows, abides ethical conduct, legal, all sorts of protocol and systems and processes? This doesn't make, I mean, look at their faces.
You know, kind of a very broad idea of what exhibits you intend to use with those witnesses. But I don't know that if we're just every other week saying, okay, let's figure out all of the evidentiary issues that have to do with the next 2 weeks worth of witnesses. We could do that in one day on a Friday. We just can't. So we're not going to be able, I mean, we all know that we've got this week. We need to be plowing through a whole lot of other evidence, not just what's coming up in the next 2 weeks. We need to be covering the next several months.
Here's a clip of Judge Whitaker rightly catching Miss Love and her tricks as she tries to defend her motion. And she's going through her motion saying, well, what do all these mean? Remember, we did a video where there was a response to Fannie Willis's motion to deny that the ex parte meeting was not improper, et cetera, et cetera. And then there was a response to that saying they didn't even, all they did was offer an opinion. They offered no backup, no evidence, no
nothing.
As an attorney. Listen to this.
I didn't say solely as impeachment. I said as both impeachment and as substantive.
Which implies that the use of it as impeachment evidence triggers the reciprocal discovery obligation.
No, unless I wrote it inartfully. What I was saying.
Well, you read it inartfully.
I did then, because what I was saying was that it has to be both. That is the representation.
If you want to come up, the link is in the chat.
I didn't see an amendment.
Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't see an amendment.
Did you fix that?
What I did was.
Thank you.
DEI kills, y'all.
It's been elaborated on it, or yes, I guess you could say it's fixed.
So you concede then that if evidence is going to be used solely as impeachment evidence, that there's no triggering of a reciprocal discovery obligation?
Yes, that's okay. Yes, I was not saying that. I was saying.
Good to know.
And then check out this short clip as Miss Love gets caught in her tricks and she tries to backpedal some of her demands in the motion. Listen to this.
Why would y'all be entitled to it?
It's just an example of something that we wouldn't, that we weren't aware of.
Okay, but y'all aren't entitled to be aware of every aspect of a defendant's case. You are entitled to something that would have been a recording that then gets used as substantive evidence, but it sounds like that did not.
The court is
right?
correct.
Okay, so that one doesn't matter. Okay.
And in this clip, this is where Judge Whitaker really just kind of...
She got in that ass.
Mrs. Love's antics. Check this out.
that, what case in chief specifically?
So you are telling me that when our discovery statute says that the defendant is to produce or permit inspection and copying of whatever it is that they're in possession or control of, which the defendant intends to introduce as evidence in the defense case in chief or rebuttal at the trial, you think that there's some kind of lack of clarity about what that means? So what you're representing to the court?
You can really feel Judge Whitaker's frustration, much like I'm sure all of Fulton County residents and anybody with any kind of cranial capacity, aka something known as a brain, must be feeling when you see utter egregiousness and just the most unqualified ineptitude of these attorneys in Fannie Willis's district who have completely committed fraud on the people of Fulton County.
Yes, they have.
Not qualified to represent them. They are not qualified to utilize that exorbitant millions of dollars of taxpayer fund to go after cases that have nothing to do with Fulton County, such as this Young Thug trial, as well as so many others, including the Trump trial. You can just tell that Judge Whitaker is just, it's the frustration of millions. And it's like, what we're watching is somebody teach somebody law. This is like law school. Check this out.
Georgia App 423, which is Phillips versus the state. And
When is that from?
I'm sorry,
What year?
just 1 second. That's a 78 case.
Okay, so that one's not relevant at all.
Case.
Right,
Because we haven't
1978.
had evidence code since 70.
Hello.
So,
Wake
okay.
up, Miss Love.
And Your Honor, even
And zero acknowledgement. Zero acknowledgement. This is where Mr. Steele, an actual credible attorney, is just fed up with what's happening here. Watch what he does.
This was so funny. This was so funny.
Examples of why the trial is in such chaos and why Mrs. Love has no business being there and how she has lied consistently.
She has.
Was allowed to say in front of the jury, believe it or not. Did Mr. Steele stop and start that recording? Mr. Bean said what he always says, I don't recall. I objected. Outrageous. Outrageous. And it just flows right through. The same way Miss Love stands here today and says it's hard to hear, or whatever her words are, hard to decipher on an Apple iPhone. That did not happen.
I think this last clip is really amazing how lead attorney for the Young Thug, Mr. Williams, says, I don't talk to anybody on the prosecution team except for Fannie Willis. Listen to this.
Never taking Miss Love's proffer. Okay, so she says that I said, I don't talk with Miss Love, by the way, if you didn't know that. So I never said anything to her. But that I
Is
said,
there somebody on the state's case that you are able to talk to?
yeah, Miss Willis.
All right. Well, okay.
Oh my goodness. Just the utter abysmal amateur hour in Fulton County is so painful.
It is. It's
And I can't even imagine,
shameful.
as an outside observer, just somebody who lives in Fulton County watching this, I know I get your emails, I get your texts, I get your comments and DMs saying, Nez, I live in Fulton County. We are embarrassed. I feel you. These videos are really for you guys. There is no doubt in my mind that we're going to see more of this. It's going to be so embarrassing. Unless a miracle happens and Judge Whitaker actually does rule a mistrial, which I don't think the likelihood of that is high.
I wish she would. It should be a mistrial. It should.
She should. She has every right to do that. All the kangaroo style, unbelievable miscarriages and ethical violations and code of conduct violations and legal violations, God knows how many other violations, but it should be a mistrial. I don't
It
think
should be.
to happen. Here's the biggest question that I have for you and me, and please somebody answer this. Let me know in the comments. Where in the world is Fannie Willis? Where is Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis? What is she doing? Why does she have her minions, who are highly unqualified, completely inept, have zero qualifications to try this case? They look completely out of sorts, flustered, befuddled, confused.
Not prepared.
Where is Fannie Willis? Obviously, she doesn't care about her reputation, her ethics. She doesn't care about her career. She doesn't care about her ambitions. In Fulton County, she also is brazenly thinking nothing can happen, where she's never going to be held accountable because she is the ultimate DEI nightmare. But what I don't understand is, where is she? What's she doing? This is the highest profile case next to the Trump case. That Trump case has been completely delayed. They're not going to hear oral arguments till December. It's probably going to be dismissed.
It is going to be dismissed.
Where is Fannie Willis? That's the question. Where are you, Fannie? Are you watching this?
I can tell you where she at, being disqualified. Just like the Superior Court in Georgia removed that one black judge from probate. She was awful. Oh my God. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. This is the worst buffoonery I have ever seen. It is shameful. It's a disgrace how these Negroes have acted in this courtroom. They have walked over Young Thug, all the defendants' constitutional rights. And as Brian Steele said, Young Thug's attorney, he is bad. Now, he worth every dime. He said, you know, all of this is going to be dismissed on appeal. Everything. Because everything they did was wrong. Unbelievable. It give black folk a bad name, along with that damn Kamala, the last video. Anyway, it should be a mistrial. She didn't rule it out, Judge Whitaker, but it should be a mistrial. All right, now I had a link up if you wanted to come up. I'm about to head on. I'm about to do 3. Shoot, it's 11. Oh, I'm about to do 2 more videos. I'm going to try to do 3 more videos tonight because I haven't done anything. I'm charged up. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes, and I'll keep putting the link in if anybody want to come up. All right. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you.